Ken, I asked Pete this kind of same question earlier, but with all the different pressures you guys are bringing this year, your pressure rate's up quite a bit. How tough is it to kind of weigh that, given the changes from what you guys have been previously trying to disguise and all the moving parts? And do you even kind of know what your defense is really at this stage in the season?
Of course, we know what the defense is. I mean, like we talked about before, some games bring different types of personalities. We felt like going into that game that pressure was a situation that we had to do, and then that's kind of what we did. So it worked out in a lot of different ways. We got to the quarterback quite often. We had a lot more sacks than we had during the season. It was just a pressure situation. We felt that was the answer to our issues.
And from what you saw in the pass rush last week, what did you like about what the group brought to the table? How much do you think is something you can grow from?
Well, it was good to have. You see what Dunlap brings. A big body, a presence, a guy that has, good reputation, a guy who understands how to get productive. It was really good to see him out there. Now continuing on, letting him learn the system. But it's really good to have him work with a guy like Jay Reed and the guys working together. So with him in there and Jay Reed in there and the guys working together, we feel like everything's going in the right direction.
Ben?
Hey, Ken, what have you seen out of Trey Flowers the last couple weeks? It seems like he's been playing better, and
right.
Pete was saying this past game may have been his best game since he's been with you guys. Just what's kind of your assessment?
Yeah, you see the work he's been putting in. You can tell his confidence is up. You can tell he's really working on the details. He's really trying to improve his game. He doesn't like where he was, and you can tell that he's playing a lot more confidence. He's using his footwork and his technique, and it's paying off for him. You can see that those throws that before may have been open, or the throws that may have been penalties before, you see he's right next to the receiver and not fouling. So it's really good to see a guy like that really work and see himself be rewarded.
And just with Quentin Dunbar coming in, do you think with Trey it may have just maybe messed with his psyche a little bit? Not that he was all flustered about it, but just having competition, when he's had the job for the last 2 years. You think
that competition always brings out the best of you, and anytime you're a starter, and then all of a sudden you're not a starter, it's gonna make you think about a few things. But you can see that Trey, during his time off, not starting, he's been working. He's come back new and improved, and you really like what you see. He could have gone in the tank, but he didn't. He came out, try to find different techniques, try to use the information, try to figure out how he can prove himself, and now you see what he's been doing. I think, again, he's going in the right direction. We like what we see.
Thank you.
Bob.
Yeah, Ken, how much of a challenge has it been with all the moving parts in the secondary this year? I think you've had 5 or 6 different starting configurations back there this year, and sort of not being able to put the same 4 guys out there.
Yeah, it's a big challenge. No question about that. I know you guys understand that, but that's the state of the NFL this year. Guys are in, guys are out. You're trying to coordinate and make sure everybody fits and understands the scheme. And then some guys have been here before, and some guys have played things differently. So you got to try to put it all together and try to mold it and work. And then, but it's not just us. Everybody's dealing with it around the league. But for our situation, the one we know the best, it's been a real big challenge.
Tim.
Hey, Ken, what do we need to know about Lyndon Stevens? He obviously got a little bit of run last week, and I think would be an option if Quentin can't go this week.
No question. He's been in the program, obviously, through this off-season, the part that we had. He's been in the meetings, working. Obviously, he hadn't had much time. He's been down on the depth chart, but now it's next man up. He's getting closer to actually playing, and you saw last week he got in. So now it's time for him to certainly step up, and we need him to improve and impact us in these games coming up.
Greg Bell.
Hi, Ken. Would you describe for us your feeling on the defense through 8 games? Are you ticked off? Are you worried? Or what's your feeling?
Well, I don't think any of us had thought at this point that we'd be playing like we are. I don't think anybody, as hard as we work, guys are here early, staying late, putting in the time. The numbers aren't nowhere where we're expected to be. Some things are going well and a lot of things aren't. But the guys are fighting, the guys care, the guys are coming up, they're staying late, they're trying to figure it out. And I really like the attitude and the commitment that everyone has shown, the togetherness, to understand the hole that we've dug together, and we're going to have to find a way to, get out of the darkness and find some light. And the best way for us to find light is to move ahead, to move forward, and to continue working.
A lot of fans ask us the delineation between you and Pete Carroll. Of course, Carroll being a defensive coach, and you coached him for so long, you know how he works. The game plan responsibilities, the play-by-play responsibilities during the game, how does that shake out between you and Pete?
As far as the game plan, it's a collaboration. We all sit down and watch the film. We talk through all the stats and watch through everything that we do as far as the game plan, look through all the games and things like that. The entire staff sits down and we all kind of talk through the different things that we feel like we can do. As far as calling the plays, I'm the initial caller. Coach is the boss, and he always has certain things that he wants me to call. But for the main part, the game plan is a collaboration between the whole staff, and Coach is certainly a part of it.
Thank you.
Jackie.
Hey, Ken, going back to the pass rush, how do you hope that Rasheem Green can be a factor in that rotation?
Rasheem he's a guy that we expect a lot of. Really glad he's back. He's been working hard to get back, and now that he's back, we need him to step in and be an impact player on that pass rush. We know he's capable. Now it's a matter of, at the time right now, we need him to step up and get the job done.
And then with Dunlap, how much can this week of practice, just being around the team and being around you, help him moving forward for the Rams?
Yes, I think for Dunlap it's been huge. Last week we kind of threw everything at him. It was kind of coming at him fast. This week is trying to kind of sorting out. He's asking really good questions. The D-line coaches are really doing a really good job with him, and we're excited about him taking another step to getting close to season. A good season feel for him.
Maz Vida.
Hey, Ken. Bobby Wagner mentioned that Quandre Diggs has been really helpful in helping him set up the guys behind him. I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about that process.
Quandre's been amazing. He's smart. He's committed. He understands the game. You see him during the meetings and taking a lot of notes. During our time that we talk ball, he's the first one out front, really kind of putting together the signals, the communication, make sure everybody's on the same page. He and Bobby are in collaboration, making sure all the checks are made. And they've been doing a really good job of working together. Really, really impressed with them.
Last one for Coach Ken. Jen.
Coach, I know that you can't win a game in the first quarter, but you can set the tone. What do you need to be particularly aware of, given how frequently the Rams score points on their opening drive?
Yeah, they've been effective. We've played them before. We have a lot of experience with them. They have a certain style about them, so it's very important that we keep the explosives down. We keep everything in front of us and don't let them get behind us. It's important that we are waiting for the tempo that they like to have, and we have to play better ball than we've been playing. There's no doubt about it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.